Good morning, everybody. Michael Fanning, and my warm-up today is from a podcast that I was listening to by Jay Shetty. And this morning he was talking about the concept behind fact or fiction, and about negativity versus positivity, and not being positive, but just being mindful, and a little bit about social contagion. And it all came from a book, and I've got to give credit to Alex Munoz in our Tacoma Windermere area, who gave me this book like almost, I think, 3 years ago, Factfulness by Hans Rosling. And awesome book. And in there, real quick, just to kind of give you an idea, there were some questions. He asked questions of just the general populace, just simple questions. Like one of the questions says, and I forget how far back they went, but you can hear this in the podcast. Jay talks about it in a bit more detail. But they went back, I don't know how many years, and then they said, based on this time frame in our lives, this from this year to this year, from now, from the past to where we are today, do you believe that poverty, people living in poverty, has doubled, has stayed the same, right, or has reduced in half? And then they just asked the question. And what was amazing is 10% of people got it right. It has been cut in half based on facts. But majority of people answered by saying it is doubled or it stayed the same. Majority said it was doubled, right? And it's all based on how we perceive our world and what we look at. And if you think about it today, you know, the amount of information that's fed into our world instantaneously through the news is just insane. And what it does is it starts to give us this mindset of fiction, not fact. Even today, I mean, I have a hard time posting anything to my Facebook feed that comes from news, because I have no clue if it's factual or not, because there's so much just fake news out there, or fictional news, or news that's not accurate. I saw the other day that somebody posted that now, the coronavirus can be passed through dogs. I saw one the other day that said now, that ibuprofen and Advil will enhance your ability for the virus to spread at a rigorous pace throughout your body. And, doing further investigation on that and saying, really, is that the case? Before I go rid my house of Advil and ibuprofen, I look it up, and there's no really conclusive evidence of any of this stuff really happening, right? There's nothing factual about it. And so, but you see this stuff scatter all the time, and it's insane. And what we know is this, is that the news feeds off of our reaction to negativity. And it's 30 to 1, right? So for every one positive, there's 30 negative. Think about this. Right now, what's happening? Another person dies of the coronavirus, right? As opposed to how many people successfully survive the coronavirus. And not to lessen the fact that a death is not great. I get it, right? And we're in a pandemic, and I understand that. But there's this level of panic and fear that just turns into a frenzy. And when we go into that state of fictional panic, we make really stupid decisions, right? We make really stupid decisions. So, last night my daughter says to me, she says, Dad, could I get the virus? I said, you could get the virus, yes. Would I die from it? And I said, well, there's a 98% chance that you will survive. You guys, those are phenomenal odds, right? Do I want her to get the virus? No. Do I want to make sure we're safe? Yes. Do I want to make sure we're washing our hands and social distancing and physical distancing? Yes. But the likelihood of her getting the virus, right, is fairly low. And the likelihood of her dying from the virus, extremely low, right? She's 14. But the fear and the mindset is all derived from the news. If you think about this, if an airplane is landing, and he says this in the video, if an airplane is likely to crash but successfully lands, it'll never make the news. But if the airplane crashes, it'll make the news, and it won't just make the news once; it'll make the news 7 times throughout the day, and then they will go back and dig up every airplane crash that ever happened. You see in the news, a man dies at 99. What if instead it said, celebrate the man who lived to be 99? It's very, very different. But the problem is this, and this is what he says in there: if it bleeds, it leads. If it bleeds, it reads. And what they mean by that is that we react to the negativity so aggressively, and we want to talk about it more and share it more. And what I'm asking you guys, read the book. He gives you 8 ways to reduce this, because here's what I'll tell you. Go into the grocery store right now. Go into any grocery store and look at the aisles where there's milk, where there's eggs, where there's flour, where there's rice, where there's dried goods. The shelves are almost bare. And here's what I will tell you. The supply chain is working effectively. It hasn't reduced, right? I heard something the other day say, oh, because of the virus, they have less people delivering goods, and so that's why we see a scarcity. That is not why. You know why we have scarcity? Because somebody's going in and buying 3 20-pound bags of rice at Costco. What are you going to do with 3 20-pound bags of rice, right? Are you going to host weddings for the next 20 years? And I don't get it. But the problem is because we react in a panic state, right? We go out and do irrational things, and we stock up on this stuff because somebody said that this could happen. And then what it does, it impacts the supply chain, because now the supply chain has to they're still delivering the same amount of goods, but it's not enough, right? And then those people that maybe don't have the ability to stock up, when they do go to the store, the items aren't there for them, right? And so then they panic. And what happens is, it's a chain of reactions. And so I want you to think about this. Why is this important? Because what are you feeding into your mind? What are the facts versus the fiction? Because we all have beliefs. And those beliefs lead to thoughts. And those thoughts lead to action. And those actions give us results. And those results impact other people. You guys, everything you do has an impact on somebody else. So could we share more positive things? I'm challenging you guys. Number 1, read the book. Number 2, today when you post, stop posting negative social contagion. Stop posting fake information. If you don't know it to be factual, don't put it out there. I would challenge you. Put something out there that is positive. Put something out there that is great, right? Put something out there that is happening that we can all wrap our heads around to say that's a great thing. That's what I'm asking you to do, right? That's my warm-up for today. You guys have a great one.